Aside hair masks and oil, avocados can be incorporated into butters as it contains tons of nutrients that will deeply moisturize and condition your hair, preventing dryness and breakage, thereby improving hair growth and strength. And the best part is that you do not need to wash it off after application as it is a leave-in treatment. For this butter, I am going to be making use of 3 fresh and ripe avocados. The avocados need to be very ripe to do this, okay, and they have to be fresh as well. So I cut it open just so to enable me to scoop out the skin of the avocado because I do not need the back, so I only need the skin. So once you're done cutting open, just scoop out the skin. And yeah, avocados contain natural oils, vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin B6 that will moisturize your hair while fighting against extreme dryness that will lead to frizz and breakage. It is also rich in proteins, amino acids, magnesium, iron, folic acids that will protect your hair, boost growth, reduce scalp inflammation such as dandruff, and also improving the overall appearance of your hair. Now, once you're done scooping out your avocados, the next thing you have to do is to mash it. Now, if you have a potato masher, you can use this or you can blend. You can also cut into tiny pieces. Whichever one you want is totally fine. So this was the level I was able to mash it up to. Like I said, you can either blend or cut tiny pieces. Now you need some sort of carrier oils, and the first oil I'm going to be making use of today is the pure almond oil, which is very lightweight. The second is the olive oil, which as well is very lightweight, and the next oil will be my coconut oil. Note that I got this coconut oil from an organic store, that's why it came without a label. So to start with, I measured about 1/3 cup of my almond oil. Note that you can go higher with these oils or lower depending on the amount of avocados you want. I also measured out about 1/3 cup of my olive oil, and then for the final part, which is my coconut oil, I used less than 1/3 cup of it because I felt I already have enough oils coming from my almond oil and my coconut oil. But for you, you can go as high as you want or you can go as low as you want, depending on the amount of avocados that you want and depending on the amount of butters you're looking to get. So once I was done with this stirring, the next thing I'm going to be doing is double boiling. Yes, here you can actually boil directly because double boiling actually takes more time than boiling directly. So whichever one you decide to go for, make sure you do it on a very low heat. So now we're trying to dehydrate the avocado and get the nutrients to fully infuse into our oil. So you have to keep stirring occasionally till it gets to something like this or even a darker color. Then you can choose to now bring it down. So this is what my oil was looking like. You can see the oil at the top. This was what it was looking like when it is fully cooled. So you want to do this when it is fully cooled so you don't burn your fingers or your hands, okay? So I use an handkerchief as my sieve cloth today because it has tiny holes. You can use whatever you want. You can use a wig cap or anything. So I poured it into my handkerchief in a bit to extract the oil from the chaff. Now one thing you're going to notice is that this is very thick and it takes time to fully extract, okay? So you have to be very patient with it. Now this was what the chaff was looking like. Now you can use this as a hair mask instead of discarding it totally. Just mix it with your bananas and your honey and then your hair mask is ready. Now I switched to a wig cap because I didn't have the patience of waiting for the handkerchief because the wig cap has less tinier holes than the handkerchief. Now the downside of using something with bigger holes is that you're going to have your chaff penetrate into your oils and you don't want to make use of the oils like that. So that is why I also sieved it again just to get rid of all the tiny particles. Now once my oil is clear and free from all particles, I am now going to proceed to making my base butter. And the very first base butter I am going to be using today is my shea butter, my African shea butter. Now for some of you that will come for me asking why the color of my shea butter is this way, the color of your shea butter can vary from a cream color to a light yellow color. Okay, so that is why my shea butter is this color, and yes, it is an original African shea butter. So after my shea butter, the next butter I am also going to be using is my cocoa butter. So cocoa butter is a humectant that helps reduce hair loss, repair dry and damaged hair while moisturizing and strengthening your hair follicles. Now I don't have a particular measurement for either of these butters, but I'm pretty sure it is more than 250 grams. The next thing I'm going to be using is my emulsifying wax. Emulsifying wax is going to help thicken your butter and also going to give it this smooth consistency. So I use about a teaspoon of my emulsifying wax. I'm going to go ahead and double boil my butters now, just to get my butters to fully dissolve and also mix. So now that my butters are fully dissolved, I'm going to set it aside and allow it to cool for a little bit. Now this is the point where we are going to add our avocado oil. I added about a half cup of my avocado oil, the one we made earlier. Yes, now you do not want your oil, the proportion of your oil, to be greater than the proportion of your butter, else you're going to get a very light consistency. Okay, so once I was done adding that, I'm going to give it a good stir, and then after that I'm going to now add this into a fridge or a freezer just for a couple of minutes to get it to solidify faster. Now if you don't want to do this, you can also set it aside and let it solidify on its own. The essence of this freezer is that it's going to be faster. Now for the rest of my avocado oil, I'm going to transfer it now into a bottle just so I can use it normally as a hair oil. After about 30 to 40 minutes in the fridge, this was what we have. This was what my butter was looking like. It wasn't too thick, it wasn't too soft as well. You can see how it is. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to whisk this with my hand mixer. If you don't have a hand mixer, I've heard and I've seen people use a blender for this, though I have not tried. So you want to keep mixing for a couple of minutes. Now my butter was a little bit lighter in consistency because my oil was a little bit greater than my butter, but that is where the emulsifying wax comes in. It's going to thicken it. So the next thing to do now is to add my essential oil, and the first one I'm going to be adding is my peppermint oil. I added about 15 drops of my peppermint oil. After that, I'm going to add my lavender oil. I added about 1 cover cup full of my lavender oil. Now you can also add your citrus oil, whatever it is, any essential oil of your choice. Now the next thing I'm going to be adding is my tea tree oil. I added about 15 to 20 drops of my tea tree oil. The peppermint oil and the tea tree oil have this tingly and minty sensation that is going to improve blood circulation in your scalp, also tackling scalp inflammation like dandruff and itchy scalp. They can also both act as preservatives, so you don't have to worry about your butter going bad real quick. Now once I was done whipping and my butter is almost doubled in size, this is the consistency I have. Now if you don't like the running consistency, you can choose to add more butters, melt more butters and add to it, or you can leave it like that. I chose to leave mine this way. So I piped it into my containers and I was able to get like 2 full cups of containers, and look how beautiful it is. Now look at that color, look at that texture, the way it was looking, all beautiful. And this was the consistency. You see, it wasn't that runny, so I love this consistency. I love the way it came out. I just love the way it melts into my skin. Now this is the same way it's going to melt into your hair, helping you retain moisture for a longer period of time. Now I'm going to now show you how I use this, how I apply this. So first of all, I already sprayed my hair with water. You want to make sure your hair is already sprayed with a little bit of water. Then I'm going to proceed to applying this on my scalp first, massaging it into my scalp before going into my strands. Okay, you want to apply the generous knit to your hair just so you can get the full benefit. Now do not forget your edges and the tips of your hair as well, because the tips of your hair are very, very prone to breakage, being that they are the oldest part of your hair. Now you can also use this butter on not just your natural hair, you can use it on relaxed hair, you can use it on your locks. Just make sure the hair is growing out from your scalp. Then yes, you can use this butter. So this was how my hair was looking like when I was done, all juicy, all bouncy, the shine as well. and I loved it. Your hair is also going to love it. So thank you so much guys for watching. I hope you found this video very helpful. Please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down there in the comment section, share to people you think might need this video, and subscribe to me if you've not yet subscribed already. My name is Oluchi Caroline, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.